Hi, it's Mrs. Pope, and today we're going to be talking about simplifying rational expressions. Our goals, we have two, are to simplify these expressions by canceling out common factors, and the second one is to find the excluded values of rational expressions. So before we get started, two vocab terms. Rational expression, well, what the heck is a rational expression? A rational expression is just something that's a fraction. Rational means ratio, so something over top of another thing. So a rational expression, both the numerator and the denominator are polynomials, so we'll be looking at fractions whenever you hear rational. And the other thing we're going to talk about are excluded value. An excluded value is a value that would make the denominator equal to 0. Of course, you can't have the denominator equal to 0. You can't divide by 0. That'd be saying something like, you have $10 to give to no one. How much does everyone get? There's nobody to give it to. So it doesn't make any sense. You can't have 0 in the denominator. You can't divide by 0. So keep that in mind. So example 1 here, first we're going to learn how to find the excluded values. Remember what I said, the denominator can't be 0. So in order to figure that out, we're going to set the denominator equal to 0. So 2 plus m is equal to 0 because we don't want that to happen. So let's find out what would make that happen. So m is equal to negative 2. So when m is equal to negative 2, that will be an excluded value. So you want to write m cannot be negative 2. That would be our excluded value. All right. So example 2, here we have a rational expression. So the denominator can't be 0. Let's find the excluded value. Well, we have two things here. This can't be 0 because if this were 0, it would knock out the whole parenthesis and make it 0. Or if what was inside the parenthesis were 0, it would knock out the outside and make it be 0, because anything times 0 is 0. It's called the zero product property rule. So let's take two scenarios. A has to be equal to 0, that's for this one, or a minus 4 has to be equal to 0. And of course, if we solve this one, a is equal to 4. So your answer here, you would have to say a cannot be 0 or 4. All right. Example 3, simplify rational expressions. Here, now we're dealing with monomial over monomial. There's no plus or minus sign, so now we're just simplified. And let's remember, 8a squared is really 8 times a times a. And we're dividing that by 12a times b times b times b. In the beginning, I do think it's important to write this out so you understand the idea of what we're canceling out. So of course we're going to simplify the 8 and the 12 first as a fraction. So 4 goes into both of these. 4 goes into here twice. 4 goes into here 3 times. And now a, we can cancel this one out, and there's still one left up top. There are no b's up top, so I can't cancel anything out. So I'll be left with b cubed at the bottom. So this would be in simplest terms. All right, example 4, we're going to try to simplify this, and let's factor and see what our factors could be. If you remember back from the beginning, it said we're going to factor and cancel out the common ones. Well, we know how to factor now, so we want to find two numbers that multiply to 2 and add to 3. So I'm going to rewrite this. The top is a plus 1, that hasn't changed. The bottom, we're going to factor. Remember what multiplies to 2 and adds to 3? That's going to be 2 and 1. So this factors into x plus 2, x plus 1. Oh, those are supposed to be a's, my bad. A. Now let's see what factors we have in common. They have to be exactly the same. A plus 1 cancel out. So my final answer, a over a plus 2. Simple as that. All right, I think we have one more example today, which is x squared minus 9 over x squared minus 6 minus x minus 6. Let's factor first. So of course this is the difference of perfect squares, so it's x plus 3x minus 3, or minus plus. And then let's find numbers that multiply to negative 6 and add to negative 1. Hopefully you're thinking of those now. Let's see. Well, would it be negative 6 and 1? That's going to multiply to negative 5. No. Would it be negative 2 and 3? Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Oh, that's not going to work. How about 2 and negative 3? That multiplies to negative 6. That adds to negative 1. Ding, 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 ding. So these are our numbers. That's just showing you what we're looking for, x plus 2 and x minus 3. All right, can we cancel out anything? You betcha. X minus 3, x minus 3. So our final answer, x plus 3 over x plus 2. All right, thanks for watching, and remember, you are responsible for your own learning.